traders, welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Wednesday, March 30th. We had a big move. Markets loved what Janet Yellen had to say at the Economics Forum in New York City. Markets were well bid up. Shorts were squeezed into the highs of resistance for the day, and we are now up again in the pre-market session. Today, I'm going to title this video, "The next big move is down, not up." The next big move is down, not up. Did some work, a heavy analysis work last night, which I always do, and I found a lot of interesting stuff. I'm obviously pressing this into a 5 to 6, 7 minute video, so I don't have much time. But we have the AAII investment survey, which is extremely bullish, extremely bullish. We have the VIX, which I'm showing you the VXX, the ETF that tracks the VIX, approaching some key levels of support. Okay, we have stocks above the 50-day moving average, which I'm not showing you today, is at 93%. So guys, very careful. This is what the market players want, the big players want. They want you to get all bullish at these areas yet again to only sell into. So be very cautious. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, tomorrow, Friday. We do have the job numbers, the non-farm payroll numbers that come out at 8:30. So you have to be careful about that. However, we do have inflows that come in. All right, so more than likely, if anything that's going to happen, any type of selling or major selling will probably happen going into next week, in the next probably 10 to 20 trading days. So sometime in April, we do have the two best months back to back, which is March and April. Okay, so I'm not saying that that we are going to sell off, but again, it's a seasonality trend. It doesn't mean that that it's mandatory that it's going to happen. We just need to look out for it as traders. That's what we want to do. Look out for it as traders. So let's move right on. VXX, the ETF tracking of the VIX volatility. We have a beautiful pronounced bullish falling wedge. Right now, the VXX is trading at 1750, which would bring us a pass below this Bollinger Band. And every time price needs to close now outside of that band. If price closes outside that band, then the next day, which would be tomorrow, closes back in the band, the third day takes out that second candle's high. That's going to give us a buy signal for the VIX, a sell signal for equities. So you have to keep an eye on this for the next several days. Now, it might not happen because non-farm payrolls are coming out. That news does trump the charts. So you have to be aware of that, okay? That's that. Now, let's go on, and I want to show you some of the gold plays. GDX has rallied since early February, straight up, has doubled. And as you can see, volatility has picked up. How do I know that? Well, look at the size of the candles. Candles are enormous, up, down, up, down. So we have a lot of the retail buying GDX to track gold. Well, a lot of the GDX, and I've mentioned this in many videos before, a lot of the GDX companies in there are just garbage companies from what has happened with gold selling off. Their balance sheet is garbage. They have no cash. So it's basically a small cap index. And the small caps have rallied as well. And that's a tail end of a big move. So watch out for GDX to start to roll over. When? That's up to you. You have to do your own work. But I do believe that at any given moment, GDX will start to roll back down again. There's two key areas of support in GDX that I want to show you. And that's going to be here. This area here at about 19. Then we have another one down here, and that's going to be that gap fill area of about 18-ish. And that's going to, let me get that right about there, which that coincides with the 50-day moving average. 19 and then 18. We lose 18, we get back down to about 15-ish, 15 and a half, 16, okay? So that's something in GDX I'm going to be looking for in the coming days for a short. Let's take a look at gold, or the GLD, the tracking of gold. We have another big push up. We've basically filled this gap. I've showed this to you many times. You can see we have this area of supply up above, okay, which is going to act as resistance. So when you see this area above, you have to use caution here, guys, because to me personally, I like to see the GLD and, of course, gold itself either make a lower high from this high and then start to roll over. And then at one point, when we get gold down to about 1150-ish, that's when you could start looking to nibble in long for that summer play and the summer weddings that happen in India. That's what I'm looking for the next several months. But right now, I'm looking for a short in the GLD, gold contract, and GDX, okay? Now let's go right into the indexes. Here's why I think that that the indexes are the next big move in the indexes are down. The weekly charts look terrible. We have rallied immensely off of this low, off the 200 on a weekly. But what have we done? Really nothing but just back test this major trend line that has held in since 2012. Okay, and what are we doing? We have not gotten back above it. We broke, we barely made it, and then we failed again. What do I suspect to happen? I do think that there is a little bit more of a move to the upside. We'll probably challenge this area, and then all the sellers will start to come back in again. Or the other alternative would be that we move up a little bit, and we don't make this high to have a double top. We make a lower high, and that would be a perfect area for a lower high from this area and start to move back down again. So that's what I'm looking for on the weekly charts and the spiders. Daily charts were already at resistance, and which we would break out of it. So here's another scenario, and this is where the big smart money, they want to get everybody to one side. Now, where is all of a sudden everybody looking to get long? At the highs again. Who in their right mind would get long? I mean, I don't mean day trading, guys. I mean putting on positions at these areas here when you have tremendous amount of supply, where all of the longs got caught here in December for this flush, and now they're back up to break even. If, to me personally, psychology plays a big role here. I would be looking to sell to break even. Not me personally, but that's what a lot of how the retails think, and then start to roll back down again because they want to get whole. So, and then you have also these long players that have been holding, and they need to get out at one point too. So at one point you're going to see sellers step in and then start to move back down. We talked about this yesterday. We don't know exactly which way or how deep the pullback would be, and that needs to be monitored. We'll take that one step at a time. Transports, again, beautiful downtrend line. We did not break back above it. We did, and then we failed. We'll probably break above it now. But watch it here, guys. This is where the failure comes into play. A lot of supply again, you see. Repetitive patterns. A lot of supply here. So you got to use caution here that you're into a big area of resistance in all of the 5 indices that we follow. Russell, IWM, haven't even gotten above the 200 on a daily. Looking at major resistance on this horizontal area here. You could see all the supply here, okay, and we're approaching the 200. So we pop up, maybe even get it back above it, but I do believe sellers will step in and start to sell. So I am suspect of the rally, and I do want to see the markets in harmony, in sync with each other, starting to either break down or start to break up higher. Okay, and you can see the Russell has been lagging for the last year and a half. Okay, and there's a lot of supply here. So again, this is a video to use caution. As day traders, we follow the trend. And as of today, if we get a deep enough pullback, I am going to look to buy the markets today, as long as we get a deep enough pullback. Yesterday, after Janet Yellen spoke, the day was probably just about over because it was 9:30 to 10 to 11:30. She started speaking. The markets ripped to the upside with very little shallow pullbacks. To me, that is not a high probability trade or trading. Okay. Yeah, you can close your eyes and get long, but that's not what trading is about. All right, diamond, same thing. You can see here we're approaching this heavy area of resistance. And lastly is the Qs. We're getting into this area here. So again, I do believe that we have a little bit more move to the upside, but then I do think at one point sellers will step in. Look at the big supply you got here. Okay, a lot of people are getting caught. They're looking to get out of their positions, and I think that's where the market goes lower. And again, traders that are long here, longer term traders looking to sell too, they're going to take their profits, and that's going to push the markets lower. Hope it helps. I know it's a little bit long, but I wanted to get this out to you. Have a great day. Be careful. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, buddy.